YouTube, Zukan here with a review of the Pokémon Zukan XY01 set of 4 capsules, brought to you by Takara Tomi's Gashapon line. Now, for those of you that don't know, the Zukan is a line of Gashapon toys that are 1/40 the scale. So you can tell here that this little Squirtle right here is 100% in scale with the Volto based on the Pokédex numbers in the game, Zukan being the Japanese word for the Pokédex, and the Japanese word for encyclopedia in general. So it's a very cool line that I really dig collecting because it is in scale, and it makes it really interesting to pick up, I think. Now these are about 300 yen or so a piece in the Gashapon machines. I picked up this set for less than 2,000 yen, so which is about $20 or so. So it's a very affordable line, and a very fun one to collect. There's usually about 9 or so releases per generation, so we'll see what happens with X and Y, or whatever games come down the pipeline later on. But let's go ahead and take a quick look at these and see how they stack up. So we're going to start with Xerneas, the legendary Pokemon of Pokemon X, and the giver of life. So I really dig Xerneas. I personally like Yveltal better, but Xerneas is very colorful and it just really works. Now the Zukan figure here does come in separate pieces. Its body is split in half. The neck portion is a piece, and then the horns are 2 separate pieces, and then you got this stand right here. So you do kind of have to snap them together. Like all of my other Zukans, I have glued his pieces together, because sometimes they do fall out or he falls off his base easy. But even before gluing, Xerneas stood on his base very, very nice. So I really dig the pose. It's a very generic pose for Xerneas, but it just really works. And the one thing I really love about the Zukans is that as small as some of them are, they never spare details. There is always a wonderful sculpt and detail and paint present on these, despite being so cheap. And I really like that. This is a fantastic representation of Xerneas, and completely stacks up against some of the nicer priced, or not nicer priced, well, higher priced, and nicer quality, I suppose, Xerneas figures out there. And so despite the price, these are always top-notch quality, and I really like the way Xerneas turned out. Like Xerneas, a Volto comes in several different pieces. You got your head, the neck fluff, 2 wing parts, tail part, and base. So you just snap them all together. It's very easy. It's nothing complicated or anything. Again, a very generic Xerneas pose, but as I was saying with Xerneas, generic Yveltal pose, I think I said Xerneas. But as I was saying with Xerneas, the detail is absolutely unforgiving at all. They spare nothing with these, and I really love that. Again, an absolutely beautiful, beautiful Xerneas. Volto, why do I keep doing that? And the head sculpt in general is just really gorgeous on Yveltal. And I really like the way that this came out. Again, even before the glue, he stood in his base very securely. It does snap right around his waist right here, so you don't have to worry about him falling out or anything. But no, Yveltal is an absolutely gorgeous entry to this line, and I'm sure we'll probably end up seeing more of him soon. Even the back is painted. That's rare for some things. We got to get really up close for this next one with the Kalos Starters. Now, probably the biggest flaw of the line is the fact that because it's 1/40th scale, the small Pokemon are very, very small. So despite the Kalos Starters actually not being all that tiny, you actually have a very, very small looking display going on up here. But again, the details are superb for how tiny these are. I mean, Fennekin's got his eyes and his little hairs and everything all detailed in. Froakie's got his generic blank expression on his face, which I love. Chespin kind of looks like he's trying to do the fusion dance. I don't really know what he's doing. But even Chespin is absolutely great. One thing I do want to keep in mind about is the fact that these are loose on here. I glued them in, like I said. but there's no pegs or anything on these. They come straight up separate. So you can use them on different things that aren't the base. But I really dig the bases, so I just glued them in. But it's not a huge deal. But very, very cool. And I really like the way that they turned out. And last but not least, we have the Kanto Starters, which is more or less the secondary set of starters for Kalos, because you get one no matter what from Professor Sycamore, Bulbasaur, Charmander, Squirtle. Again, details are phenomenal. Bulbasaur being the biggest, looks the best. All of his spots are there, and he looks really cool. Charmander's not too bad. I really like the way he looks. I think Squirtle probably ends up looking the worst. He kind of looks a little mean. He's got this like weird, evil grimace going on, and I don't know what's going on with him. But they look absolutely great, despite being so small. All of their details are there, and as always, these look really, really incredible. So for their price, these are an absolutely fantastic line to collect. But if you're looking for a Pokemon line to collect that is both in scale and very much wonderful representations of the Pokemon, then by all means check into the Zukan line. The only drawback is that being a capsule Gashapon line, it's kind of hard to get full sets. You have to resort to places like Yahoo Japan Auctions. I think Big in Japan might sell sets. I don't remember. But given the fact that they are part of the capsule lines, they can get a little bit difficult to get a hold of. So contact a middleman. I use OkinawamToySeller. Link will be down in the description below. Using Yahoo Japan Auctions. Alternatively, you could use bidding services like Shopping Mall Japan to get a hold of these through Yahoo Japan Auctions as well. So the options are there. If you're into this line, by all means pick it up. I've been a huge fan since Black and White started of the Zukan figures, and I'm looking forward to more for X and Y. So thanks for watching, take care, and have a great one. Bye.